Oh, guys, welcome to my little homestead here in Wales. It's so nice to have you back here. The cold has really well and truly set in. This morning was icy and there's not much to be doing outside in the garden at the minute. It's really in hibernation. It's one of the reasons why I really see myself living somewhere warmer in the future, because I can't garden all year round because it's so cold out there. But I have got lots of the fruits of my labor from previous months in the warmth, where I've preserved stuff and I've got jobs to finish off today, basically. So today is my homestead chores day, and I thought I'd bring you along with me to share the excitement. We've got things like my fire cider to process, my hot sauce to process, Brussels sprout kimchi to do. We've got all these lovely dried herbs that need to be processed and put into my brand new apothecary cabinet. Oh, I'm so excited about that. And I'm going to be introducing you to someone very, very special. Yes, this couldn't come any sooner. I've just run out of my last batch. If you don't know what fire cider is, this is an elixir of healing power, and it's so good during the winter and the cold months. Basically, 6 weeks ago, I packed into this jar a load of fiery ingredients, things like ginger, chili, onion, garlic, herbs, and so much more. Over the last 6 weeks, the apple cider vinegar that I also put in the jar has drawn out all of the goodness and the healing properties from each ingredient, making this a powerful little concoction to have each day during the winter months. So let's strain this now and get it into my bottles. And I've come up with a really, hopefully, a great way of using the sort of spent veg and the stuff inside this to have another purpose. Oh my gosh, that is fiery. There's some homegrown chilies in there, so based off the heat level of my homegrown chilies, this could actually be really fiery. Now, to take this, you just have to add a few tablespoons to a glass of water and have it each morning. It's really good for the gut because of that apple cider vinegar. All I'm going to do now is just pass this through my sieve and get it into some bottles where it's stored in the fridge for months to come. Trying to get every drop I can out of here. This is like a time capsule, so I forgot some of the things I put in here, but there's things like star anise and clove and lemon, also good antimicrobial properties. So you really don't want to skip this step if you're making your own fire cider, is squeezing some of the liquid out of these items. So I'm going to get my cocktail muddler, squeeze this out, try and get as much of the juice out and into these bottles, and then they'll be labeled up and popped into the fridge for months to come, and I'll take it every day. Oh, look at these are very professional. That's actually enough to last me right through to spring next year, but I always have batches on the go. Look at those, amazing. You'd be mad if I didn't give these a taste, right? And I've got a taste tester. Tegan, fire cider time. All right, this is actually, well, this is Tegan. Hi. My lovely Tegan. And you're going to be tasting fire cider on camera, so no pressure. Okay. Really, you should have it with some water and dilute it, but we're going to just try and give the natural flavors a go.
That is very small.
What, you can drink more than that?
I was expecting a full shot.
You'll be breathing fire. Cheers. Here goes fire cider. Oh, I'm actually quite nervous for this. Oh!
Okay, that's more powerful than I expected. Ooh.
You wanted more than that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Not anymore.
Wowzers. Definitely don't do that at home. Dilute it with some water, guys. But this will fend off any colds and flus.
Fend off everything.
Yeah, this could, I'm hiccuping. This could get rid of all kinds. Woo! That's fire cider. Jesus. And that's Tegan.
I felt like a dragon, like I could breathe fire.
Yeah, that's what I felt like last year, but this is on another level. So what am I going to do with these ingredients? Now usually they just go on my compost heap, to be totally honest with you, which is fine because they get turned into soil which I'm able to grow my food in, which is a cycle that I'm very proud of. But what I'm going to do with these this year is put them in my dehydrator, let them dry out to a crisp, and hopefully it'll turn into a really amazing spice blend. We shall see. It contains all the things you'd want in a spice blend: onion, garlic, chili, ginger and herbs. All right, we'll see how that gets on. I can't believe it, but I'm bringing my homestead and this show on tour to a theatre near you very soon. Be prepared for the most intimate, magical, passionate evening where all of us guys, like-minded people, are going to come together and just have the best time. I can't wait to meet you guys, so please can you think about supporting the channel and come along to one of the evenings by clicking the link beneath this video to get a ticket, and I'll see you there. Can't wait. Talking of all things fiery and chilly, well, these are actually my chilies that I grew this year. I'm getting confused with the timings, but some of these went into the fire cider. I had a ton of plants. These are the ones that I brought into my house to hopefully keep through the winter. Apparently you can overwinter chilies and they'll keep on producing, but this one's got a few chilies on it. That's great. But what I did with the abundance of chilies that I grew this year was ferment them to make hot sauce. You may have seen it in the fridge just then when I put the fire cider in, but I've got another batch to blitz up and process into hot sauce, which is so exciting. I wish I could supply you guys that watch the channel bottles of my own homemade hot sauce. All right, here is my fermented chilies. This has been fermented since the 10th of October. After about a week or two, I put it in the fridge to slow down the fermentation, and it's now ready to be blitzed up. Inside this, it's not just my homegrown chilies, but sweet peppers too, onion, garlic, ginger, and tomatoes too. I've written on here extra hot, so that means it's probably got more chilies than everything else. But during fermentation, actually the heat is mellowed slightly, and because of that tang, or because of fermentation, there's a real tang here. You don't have to add any vinegar or any oil or anything like that. And Tegan's kindly sterilised some lovely bottles that I got online. So we're going to blitz this up until super smooth and get it into the bottles. Woo! Give that a smell.
Oh, wow, it smells good.
Doesn't it smell umami? I think that's from fermentation. You can just add as much or a little brine as you want. It depends on the consistency you want. It's like pepper spray, Tegan. Stay back. I've probably overfilled it a bit. Ooh. But just stand back, it'll be okay. Oh, that's a lot of hot sauce. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at the colour. Woo! Should we have a little taste? All right. I'm sorry I'm making you try the hottest of things on your, pretty much your first appearance on the channel.
It's okay. Can I have a small spoon?
I haven't got any small spoons. All right, let's give it a taste.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Ooh. Wow. That is way hotter than the last one I made. But guys, fermented hot sauce is the way forward. I mean, it's been done for thousands of years, but it's like, it's not overpowering. It's,
My lips are tingling.
okay, it may be a little bit hot, but it's actually flavoursome, true, right?
Yeah.
Too, right?
I think you feel it more afterwards, like the aftertaste.
But just a few splodges on a plate with your dinner, amazing.
Tasty. Well done.
Wow. Let's get this bottled up. This is the fun part.
That's really nice.
Why do you say that on camera? Okay.
Aww.
And then.
So. See?
Guys, we'd never make professional hot sauce makers because we can't get it in the bottle neatly.
No, we can. Why don't we keep it tight?
No, because he needs air. It'll clog up. It's clogging up.
Oh no.
I did it on my own, alright? I'm sorry.
Okay, well I'll get out, shall I?
No, just stand for moral support.
Tom, help me.
We've got a bit of a system going on now, haven't we? I've figured out how to get this sauce in without it going everywhere. And Tegan's doing the caps. And we'll have a business in no time. You know what I like about this the most?
What?
Is that all of that effort, that sowing the chili seeds last January, nurturing the plants, harvesting them, well, letting them grow and look after them, then harvested them, and now turn them into hot sauce that will last up to a year. That's amazing. And they're good gifts for friends. I don't have to give anyone Christmas presents, I just give them all hot sauce. Look at those. 13 high quality bottles of Gaz's Homestead hot sauce.
Wow. Now it's branding time.
Branding time. Yes, we're going to label these up and they'll store in the fridge for up to a year, as I said. And these will be given out as gifts during the holiday season and poured all over my food for a little kick. Well, what I love about fermentation is that investment that I put in a little while ago and now it's produced all that hot sauce. And I saw a quote the other day, it said, don't judge your day by the harvest that you reap, but by the seeds that you sow. So sowing the seeds of that fermented hot sauce, well, basically making the ferment, leaving it, is now resulted in that amazing bounty of homemade hot sauce. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. You know, I've got to keep going whilst I can, and I was given amazing abundance here of Brussels sprouts which are in season, a nice big bowl, and they're not for everyone, and I will never be able to eat this many fresh Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to actually turn these into a kimchi of sorts that my future self will be really happy with, of course, but it's really, really tasty. It's from my new cookbook, Plants Only Holidays. It's actually a remade version of it, the book. I first released a Christmas book years ago, and if you want a signed copy, then click the link beneath this video. My mum will send you one wherever you are in the world. It's great for any special occasion, but there's a recipe in it for a Brussels sprout kimchi. It's not totally an authentic kimchi, but it's making use of Brussels sprouts in a new way. It's preserving them and adding new life and excitement to quite a humble, underrated. Some people love them, some people hate them. I'm not sure if I do, but I really like them in the Brussels sprout kimchi. So to make the Brussels sprout kimchi, it's actually so simple, and it's a great way to liven up and preserve the winter harvest of sprouts. All you have to do is halve the Brussels sprouts and add them to a mixing bowl. A big mixing bowl though, because we're going to throw in a load of garlic and ginger too. I'll also add some spring onions, just finely chopped, some soy sauce for that umami hit. Generally, I'd add some gochugaru, but I actually don't have any now, so I'm just going to use some normal red chili flakes. I'll add some maple syrup for sweetness, and some apple too, which will also add a real freshness. This is an optional final ingredient, but I like to stir through some nori flakes as well. The contents of the bowl is then weighed, and then I add 2% of that weight in sea salt. Massage everything together, then cover the bowl and set it aside for 2 hours for a natural brine to be created. After 2 hours, I transfer it to a sterilized jar, pop a fermentation weight on it, making sure that nothing is floating. Then the jar is sealed and left to ferment for up to 7 days, but this depends on the temperature in your house. After a week, it should be real tangy, and it can then go into the fridge where it will store for months to come. I don't know if you guys watched my apothecary video, which is here, my cabinet. Oh, this is a cabinet of dreams. It's like a trophy cabinet to me. This is real proud, rich moments for me to see all of these amazing, mostly homegrown herbs in my cabinet to use for their healing benefits. And to basically get to that point I've just hung my homegrown herbs on this string in my kitchen, and over time, over the course of a few weeks, they dry out. So the next task that Tegan and I are going to do is just process some of these dried ones. We've got lemongrass to chop up small and get into the jar and into the cabinet, as well as sage and rosemary and some calendula and lemon balm. This is becoming our little tradition, isn't it, Tegan?
Yeah, I love doing this.
Same.
Gosh, this is so cathartic.
Cathartic, that's a good word. And this smells so good, this lemongrass. And so does that lemon balm. We've got a very lemony...
This is reminding me of like a Thai green curry paste.
Or a spa.
Oh yeah.
I just can't believe I've grown this lemongrass here in Wales in the cold, after seeing it everywhere in Jamaica.
Yeah, you should be very proud.
They call it fever grass.
Oh, they're the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they both cure fever, or help ease fever. Calming. It just grows like a weed. Weeds have got so much more power than they're made out.
Oh, it smells incredible.
So the reason these herbs are dried and we're not using them fresh, first thing, obviously right now, it being so cold outside, hardly any of this stuff is growing. Maybe the rosemary and the sage is still growing, but drying it helps preserve it for a long time. It means that I can have my lemongrass tea all through the winter, rather than just when it's grown in my greenhouse. And when you dry it, it concentrates all the goodness that's locked inside the walls of the plant. So if I make a tea with this lemongrass, I can add just 2 tablespoons of the dried lemongrass and it'll be really potent and pungent. 2 tablespoons of the fresh wouldn't be as much herb. So I'm just chopping this up small, get it into the jar, and it will store for years. Woo! Where should I put this one? All right, let's go and have a look in the winter greenhouse.
Let's go.
You know what? All these little tasks are making me very proud. I'm just a city boy after all, and now I'm doing all these homestead tasks. Oh, it's cold. Oh, well, guys, I know this isn't impressive whatsoever. You would have seen this a few months ago when it was just a tropical, beautiful paradise of abundance, but now it's looking a bit bleak. Now, Tegan, to be honest with you, I could have been more on top of it and had way more plants growing in here. Like the beetroot's doing okay, kale's doing okay in here, and we sowed these a few weeks back, didn't we? We got the lettuce and the spring onions in, but it's very slow in the winter time, guys. It's very cold. But we need to give this a little water. We've got a few seedlings to plant in the ground, and then I think we'll warm up, chop some wood, and get in the sauna.
Yep.
Well, at least we got some spring cabbage in the ground for spring harvest, hopefully.
Should we grab some rosemary before we go in?
Oh yes, that would be a good idea. We can hang that to dry and add it to the apothecary. Alright guys, welcome to my all new sauna area. Oh my gosh, I'm so overjoyed to have this. What an investment. I wish I did it sooner. I've been using the sauna now for the last few weeks since my dad and I built it, and paired with a cold plunge a few times a week, my sleep already has dramatically improved. Saunas have been part of human culture for thousands of years, using various forms around the world. From the spiritual to mezcals in Mesoamerica to Finland, where saunas are an essential part of daily life. They've always been valued for their wellness benefits. This pole house sauna that my dad and I built is so beautiful on the deck, and I'm so proud that my family, friends and I can enjoy the health benefits for many years to come. And after just a few weeks, I've already noticed the big improvement in my sleep, and the warmth has made transitioning into winter much easier. Spending time in the sauna, whether alone or with my friends and family, has been so calming, and it's really helping us appreciate the senses. Then ending with the shock of an ice bath is an exhilarating way to finish, and it leaves me feeling so refreshed. I'm going to keep sharing my sauna experiences with you. If you're interested, just comment beneath this video, and if you have any tips about sauna use, then please leave them in the comments.
I need to get out.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. You've been amazing. You're the best. See you soon.